We all kind of think of marketing as one particular thing, and yet there's internal marketing, there's external marketing, there's physician marketing, there's different types of marketing. Internal marketing is just important as anything else. We all think in terms of, putting ourselves out there, maybe in a newspaper ad or, maybe something on the web, and yet internal marketing can be the most important part of the marketing. You're marketing to people that know you, that like you, and hopefully they trust you. And you can see, much higher numbers in that type of marketing, and it's much cheaper to do than external marketing. Internal marketing is everything. To me, internal marketing is the smile on the faces of your employees. It's the cleanliness of your bathroom. It's how you project yourself in a treatment room. It's dressing for success. It's all the little things in your practice as kind of a starting point. Certainly there's more things to it, but if you don't think that every little piece of your business isn't internal marketing, then you need to understand that it certainly is. I call it building a fence around my herd. So I use that term herd as that's my patient base. I want them to never think about going to somebody else when they think about podiatry services. I want them to come to me. I want them to refer their family to me. I want their friends to come to me. And if they have a problem 5 years down the road, I want them to think of me. How do you make that happen? You need to communicate that with them on a consistent basis. If you think that they are coming to you once and then they're going to think about you again 3 years later, it's the wrong thought process. People will go elsewhere. They'll be swayed by the shiny new object from the next ad or the next whiz-bang podiatry treatment that may not even work, and yet that's the way the consumer thinks. So you need to be top of consciousness with your patient base. How can you go about doing that? One of the cheapest ways is to send them an email blast once a month. Give them something about a new procedure, a new topic. Thank them for being a patient of yours. There's many things that you can do in an email blast, but if you just did that one strategy every single month, you'd be touching your patients 12 times a year. And usually, according to research, if you touch your patients on a consistent basis like that, they're not going to think about going to somebody else. You can send them thank you cards. That's one of the things that I've done in my practice is I send handwritten thank you cards to my patients for being a patient or for referring another patient to me. I send something called Care Enough to Share cards, which is a small little card that we ask them to pass along to family, friends, coworkers. So it's letting them know that you're willing to see other people in the practice. You do take new patients. Some people don't even know that you take new patients. So doing that will give them the idea that they can send somebody else to you. And it's amazing how you put those out there and they will come back. And you'll be surprised at how many good different types of patients with the kind of pathologies that you want to see end up coming back to your practice. I would say probably the number one strategy I've used for internal marketing is a newsletter. I started that about 5 years ago. I do it about once a month, and it's all about talking about you, talk about your business, talk about your staff, talk about your personal life. Let them know you went on vacation. Tell them, about your kids. My son just went to college. Let them know something personal about you. But at the same time, tell them something that they may not know. Tell them about a new procedure that you're doing in the practice. How about all about bunions, all about plantar fasciitis? Don't assume that everybody knows those things. Certainly you can go to the web, but they trust you. They trust that the information you're going to give them is going to be more real than something they would get on a different, a website out there. So the newsletter can be very, very effective. We offer different offers, such as something off a new pair of shoes. We have a diabetic shoe program in our practice, and other people buy the shoes as well. So, put an offer in there. We also put an offer in there for them to pass this along to somebody else, and they would get $25 off their first visit. So that's a win-win-win. We get the new patient, their friend, family, coworker gets to see a podiatrist and gets their problem handled, and then we would send them a thank you note, and oftentimes we'll put a $5 Starbucks card in there as a thank you for that. So newsletters have been the number one strategy for internal marketing and retention. The bottom line is we want to communicate with our patient base. We want to let them know that we're here. We want them to remember us when they have to come in or need to come in for a new problem.